Iron Michael Chandler. If this guy isn't ready for the UFC, I don't know who is. He just defeated Ben Henderson, the former UFC lightweight champion. He's already defeated Eddie Alvarez, who just fought Conor McGregor in the biggest UFC card of all time. The guy's already been there with the elite. He's proved he can go against them. He's proved he can beat them. Let's get Michael Chandler in the UFC in 2017, and let's get him versus Conor McGregor. How great of a fight would that be? You know, I just think it's if you got to make a list for guys to make it there, Chandler's got to be at the top of that list. If you guys disagree, you know, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you got a different order. Let me know if I missed somebody that you think is ready for the UFC. Let me know what you guys think. Comment on the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys for watching.
Yo, you read the title. Welcome back to Feel Good Fights. Let's get right into it. Who is Iron Michael Chandler? Look, guys, I'm telling you, this dude is a beast. I've seen it. It got announced today, right? September 17th, 2020.
The last fight, as you know, is Khabib versus Justin Gaethje, and we just signed Michael Chandler. He will be there for that fight. He will be training. He will be cutting weight, and he will weigh in case anything happens to Khabib or Justin. So we're excited about that. Great kid, and he is now part of the UFC family.
This man, okay, is going to be the alternate. When these guys fall out, and everybody's complaining, who is this guy? How can they give him his first fight? You know, he just got his contract, and they're offering him to be the alternate already. And you got people complaining because they don't realize who the man is. Let me tell you, firsthand from training with the guy, he feels like you're going against two people. I'll get back to that in a minute. I made a video a couple of years ago on this channel of, you know, the top guys that I think the UFC should sign. Guess who was my number one? Michael Chandler. Now look, this dude is a 3-time Bellator lightweight champion, right? He's got the most submission victories in Bellator. I'm going to put this up. He's got the most submission victories in the Bellator lightweight division with 6. He's got the most fights in Bellator history, 23. Most stoppage wins in Bellator MMA history, 13. Most stoppage wins in the lightweight division, 10. Most title reigns in Bellator history, 3. Most title bouts in Bellator history, 11. I mean, come on, man. Most wins in Bellator lightweight division, 15. I could go on, right? The dude's a beast. Now, here's the thing. Most casual fans don't know him because most casual fans only watch the UFC. And there's misconception that if you're not in the UFC, you're not on UFC level. Let me tell you, not all the best fighters in the world are in the UFC. This is 2020. This isn't, the year 2005 anymore. There's a lot of organizations, and guys get overlooked. Because, yeah, Bellator will sign a lot of guys who are, you know what I'm saying, 5 and 8, or not have the best records. But that doesn't mean that they're champions, and the guys in their top 5, especially even top 10, are not world class and couldn't compete with guys in the UFC. I mean, just take a look at Michael Chandler going against Kamaru Usman sparring. I mean, here, I'll go ahead and put a clip of this in real quick so you can see what I mean. Let it speak for itself. Guys, now remember, that's the UFC welterweight champion, the 170-pound champion, okay? Michael Chandler is an NCAA D1 wrestler. The dude is a beast. I mean, he's sitting here competing. I mean, look at the high-level grappling here. I mean, if you know what you're looking at, you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, he's coming off a knockout win against Ben Henderson, right? which is the former UFC 155-pound champion. He beat Eddie Alvarez, which that's when I was training with Michael Chandler. And I'm not sitting here acting like me and the guy are best buds. We were training partners for a little bit, and he's obviously on a higher level. But I'll tell you what, going against him, he makes you feel like he's like two people. The dude's a beast. And that's the only reason I'm making this video, honestly, is because I typed in Michael Chandler gets signed to UFC, and I don't see anybody talking about this. It's like he's under the radar. The dude is underrated and under the radar. And I just wanted to give the guy his peas, man. Give him some props for how good he is. Because guess what? In a few months, everybody's going to be talking about how good he is. And I'm just letting you guys know now before he gets really popular. I mean, I don't think people are realizing what this guy can do right now. This guy can beat Conor McGregor. This guy can beat Khabib. You know, I'm going to post a little clip here of him and Joe Rogan talking about that, actually, about him fighting Khabib. And it's been known for years. A lot of people have been saying he could be the guy to beat Khabib. Because when Al Iaquinta fought Khabib, Al Iaquinta has really good wrestling too. And he was in the later rounds. Khabib, that to me personally so far, Conor McGregor had a good round 3 against Khabib. But overall, Al Iaquinta gave Khabib his best fight so far. He really did. In them later rounds, when Khabib goes for a single leg more than a double leg, and when he was going for that single leg, Al showed us what to do. He was literally just pushing down the head, turning around, and ripping the foot out, man. Straight up. I mean, it's simple, man. Like when Conor, if you look at the beginning sequence of the fight with Conor, Khabib shot in on Conor. What did Conor do? He didn't get underhooks. He didn't push the head down. He didn't sprawl and get his hips back. Conor tried to hit a switch. He felt it was butt. He tried to hit a switch on Khabib. I don't know what Dylan Dennis or what his training partners were pumping in his head to think that he could hit a switch on Khabib, man. It's insane to have done that. But Michael Chandler is such a good chain wrestler. I just showed you with him going against Usman. He's such a good wrestler that he's not going to do anything stupid like that like Conor. Conor's not on his level in the ground game anyway. But my point is he's smart. He'll adapt. He'll chain wrestle. He'll adapt on the fly. And he's got the most important attribute of all, heart. Chandler's going to fight you all night for $11. You're going to have to kill him. I'm telling you, I went against this guy. And yeah, I trained with him back in 2011, 2012, 2013, around those years. When he fought Eddie Alvarez, I was training with him. And guys, that's when he really got put on the map. I mean, this guy came in the Bellator and was just taking everybody out. He went on, he went 8-0 before he fought Eddie Alvarez, and then won the Bellator lightweight title. No one expected this dude to win. If you have not seen that fight, please check it out. It's literally has to be in like the top 10, top 15 MMA fights of all time. It's that good. It's on YouTube for free. Check it out, guys. But I just want to get on here and put a few highlights of him, show some of his fights real quick, and let you guys know a storm's coming, man. We ain't best pals. I'm just letting you know. I've trained with him. He's a beast, and he's coming. And I'm telling you, he could be a guy that you see in the next couple of years beat a Conor McGregor, beat a Khabib, be the UFC lightweight champion. He's that good. He's just under the radar right now because he was a Bellator guy, and the casual fans don't give Bellator guys enough credit because they're Bellator guys. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like I said, just want to get on here and give the guy some respect. He earned it over the years. He's been one of the best fighters at 155 for a long time, for about a decade now. And I think it's his time to shine. And, fate might have it. One of these guys get injured. I think there's something actually behind the scenes that Dana isn't telling the general public. Something's going on with Khabib. Some kind of travel restrictions or something, and that's why he's got a backup. I mean, Chandler's, like you heard, is going to make weight, and he's going to get compensated for that, obviously, but he's going to go to Fight Island, make weight and everything. That's not for no reason. Dana's has this backup for a reason, trust me, and fate might have it that he gets the title shot. So it's just crazy right now that I'm looking at these videos of, like, literally, it's got like 1,000 views on a couple of videos about him, And nobody's really talking about it, man. It's just insane that this guy could be the champion by the end of the month here. And I feel like I know people know him, of course, like the hardcore fans watch Bellator also, but I feel like he's generally unknown, and that's why I felt compelled to make the video. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video, and I don't hope anybody gets injured, but if Khabib can't make the fight or whatnot, I hope Chandler gets a shot at the title and wins. That would be crazy. And then, can you imagine Conor versus Chandler? Wow. The 155 division is getting interesting. Thanks for watching. God bless you guys. Check it out.
You don't have to enjoy everything you do in life, son. Remember that. Getting people to talk about, I mean, over the last couple months, the amount of times, like, as soon as Khabib fought, the amount of people that were just talking like, hey, you're the only guy that can match Khabib's wrestling. You're the only guy that can nullify his wrestling. I mean, to get yourself in the conversation, that's what it all is. It's all.
Well, styles definitely make fights, and that was what became very interesting after the Al Iaquinta fight, where people were looking at, okay, what about high-level wrestlers who have more refined striking?
Yeah.
And how do they line up? And Kevin Lee was a big one that people kept talking about, but you were a big one that people kept talking about too.
Yeah.
Because you were saying that you think you could beat him.
100%.
And him, having that fight with Iaquinta, who he was a prohibitive favorite over, but it went the full 5 rounds. And, Iaquinta, although never won a round, showed some chinks in the armor.
So chinks in the armor showed what happens when Khabib can't take you down. I mean, it's tough whenever the one thing that you've always been used to dominating with isn't working, and then you're stuck.
Right.
You're stuck throwing punches, and you're in. He's a little bit behind in the striking aspect. Dude, I've got a ton of respect for the guy.
He's a mauler.
Mauler. I mean, at certain times he looks unbeatable. He has looked unbeatable where I've looked at it and other people have looked at it, and people that have fought him that I've talked to.
Like the Barboza fight.
Yeah.
Like he just fucking mauled Barboza.
And it's just a battle of wills, man. You're inside of a cage, and it's just like we talked about. I knew I could outpace people. I knew I could out cardio them. I could out tough them. Certain people get to that breaking point and they break and they concede. They go into their shell and they say, I did a good job, but this one's on him. This is his,
guys who don't have that deep wrestling background and they face a guy who does, there's moments in the fight where you see that, where you saw that 1,000-yard stare in Barboza's eyes where he was like,
oh, God.
like, I can't keep doing this. Like, he goes into defensive survival mode.
Yeah.
And when a guy does have a deep background in wrestling and also can strike, that's what makes it interesting.
Yeah.
And this is why MMA is such a complex sport, because there's so many variables. There's so many techniques you can use. There's so many situations where you might have an advantage or your opponent might have an advantage. And it's just, we live for these matchups, these stylistic matchups. So when something like that happens and a guy like Khabib has a fight where all these questions get presented, that's where a guy like Michael Chandler comes into the mix.
Yeah, well, and I love, like, after that fight, too, because I said something. I posted a video. Do you see the video of me scrambling with Kamaru Usman, like the crazy, like,
yeah. That was awesome.
And I said, if all he has is wrestling, how do you beat a man who can't be taken down?
Right.
And I got so many messages from Russian guys that just said Khabib time, right,
and it's just
of course, and it's like, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man, where, I mean, that fight with Eddie, I mean, that fight with Khabib, it's exciting.